Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. You're listening to Elijah, and that's the program you listen to. Not by might nor by power, but by spirit, say the Lord. And you're listening to part 2 of Who Do You Love? Of Who Do You Love? Because I had a dream one night. And in the dream, one night and one morning, in a dream, the Lord God asked me, the Lord God was there. Um, he asked me, who do you love the most? I say, who do you love? He didn't say the most. He said, who do you love? Yourself or the people? Who do you love? Yourself or the people? And said, man, that's because, well, anyway, so we on part 2 of that. Of course, you know the books, banned from the Bible, Enoch, Jubilee, and Hashib. And Hashib, should read Hashib first, from the time we left the garden to when the promised land. Jubilee, the prophecy, everything that was going to happen to us from the time we left the garden to this day. Enoch was a prophecy, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. So we should at least have that book. This is the paper, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit. That's the message that the Lord has given. So take your time and look at those scriptures that's on it, and go get those scriptures. See where my finger at over here? See that Ezekiel scripture? That's chapter 3, verse 18. So that's not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. Okay, so another book, gotta have the Apocrypha. Everything is in that book. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, judgments, righteous judgments, prophecies. Everything is in that book. So you should definitely go get that book and read that book. I think I paid like $16. Well, I can't just say it. I bought Banned from the Bible. That's the name of the book. That's 3 books in one. And I'll say the book costs less than $17. The Apocrypha was $15. This is a King James version of it. And then you gotta know your demons. You gotta know the demons. I think I paid $10 for that. Well, less than $10. Well, no, I might have paid the same amount for that, maybe about $50. Because they take, if you know in the first bit how you rob and spur, they took advantage of me on that book. Oh yeah, it definitely. Barnes and Noble. So that's why they're going out of business, man. God don't play. The 12 patriarchs. Gotta have that book. That's our inheritance, and that's why I'm here to tell you the Lord is coming back. And what he said, he sent sending Elijah the prophet for the great and dreadful day of the Lord to turn the hearts of the children back to the fathers. So just so these are our fathers, and the reason why he turned our hearts back to them, because everything that we need to know, is right here about us, as we being the people, as we being Israel. We're not Jews. We're not Jews. Jews do what we do, but we are the people. That's what this is about. Who do you love? That's we getting deeper into that. All right, so we got that, and then the Gnostic Gospel. Got a lot of information in there. But anyway, other books before I get to the Gnostic Gospel, they make up the Holy Bible. All the books I showed you, everything, all those books are in here, are in the Holy Bible. All those books, prophecy, everything that you want to know are in the Holy Bible. That's where the Holy Bible comes from somewhere, and that's where it comes from. And then, of course, like I said, the Gnostic Gospel, Thomas, Mary, and John. So that's of the Lord that go. All right. So we know that we have dreams. We have dreams, and so you look to the first video. Here's the dream. This is the dream. Because I told you, I've been telling you about this dream, and I have been looking for it. While I was telling you about it, I've been looking for it, but I had put it down in a certain place to say at a certain time, and now it's the time. I was in Israel, just being a prophet of the Lord, prophesying and healing and blessing and cursing. I heard this voice say, I'm going to destroy Israel for their whoredom. Say it again. I'm going to destroy Israel for their whoredom. I'm going to destroy all of it for for their whoredom, backsliding ways. So I heard this again, but these 2 or 3 men were speaking or talking about it, and they was going to destroy Israel and Jerusalem for their whorish ways and all of it, and not have mercy on it. Repeat it to you. I'm gonna repeat it. So I heard this again, but these 2 or 3 men was speaking or talking about it, and they was going to destroy Israel and Jerusalem for their whorish ways, all of it, and not have mercy on it. I was at a gathering place, or a store shop. They had this woman dressed in a navy blue suit. I was moving around with her, talking to her, just moving, talking, asking her a question or finding out about what was going on. And I would like to say I was flirting with her, but I wasn't. I wasn't flirting with her. I just was, as she was walking around shopping and stuff, I was asking her a question. Following her as she looked like she was shopping, but she just was touching items, pulling them to the side. I was walking and talking with her, and she was white. She was white. She had on a blue two-piece suit, and her skirt came to her calf. She had on a matching blue hat. Her hair was red. White shoes on. So, I looked at her because, back then I thought, that's another story. We went to the elevator. The door opened. I let her go in first. There are other on the elevator also. There are other people on the elevator. So we arrived in this place where they was having a meeting. I was sitting on the outside of this round podium. The other important leaders were in the circle. The other important, so the podium, they had a round. It was round like, I can't think of nothing that I can describe this to you. They had no table in the middle. It just was round, where they could see each other and look at each other. So it was round. It was brown. It's okay. And other important leader in the circle. The one who was the leader or the head of everything seemed to be white, that looked like late 70s or middle 80s. Hair white, beard white, few black hairs. He said, do we all agree to destroy Israel? Do we all agree to destroy Jerusalem? All of it, and have no mercy on it? That's what he said, man. I can remember that dream. Or when he said that, I said, man, what they gonna do? Oh, they gonna just, boy. I said, man. And then do we all agree to destroy Jerusalem? All of it, and have no mercy on it. No one raised a hand. No one raised their hand. And he said, we agree as he was speaking. He said, we agree as we were speaking. So all of them say they agree. I was looking around for a hand that would be up disagreeing with them. I raised my hand to ask a question. That's what I did. Not knowing that, I'm thinking I'm bad in the place. But he just ignored my hand. Then I said, curse be to your children. Still did acknowledge me because I just wanted him, because I wanted to ask that question why he was going to do it. And then after he didn't say nothing, he kept walking. I said, curse be to your children. No response. And I said, your children's children. About that time, the lady that was on the side of me, I said, I said that all I have. I said, all I have about that time, Jesus was conquered, all of it. That's what I said. I said that all I have about that time is Jesus was conquered. I said, I just wanted to ask the question, why are you not going to have mercy on it? So that's all the question. I just wanted to ask the question, why are you not going to have mercy on it? That's all. Yep. Then I woke up. Next, I was with a friend, talked to him about he was going to Arizona in the desert to play baseball. And as we was talking, they had this military man came up and said, are you ready to leave tomorrow in the morning to play ball at 8:15 a.m.? He said, yes, sir, I'm ready. Then I had the Obama drink. But I think that time about Arizona ball play, I think John McCain had died during that time. So that was the dream. Man, yeah. How would he say? Well, let's go. That's one of the dreams. I guess two of the dreams. So I have other dreams like that. Oh, don't worry, I got dreams like that. Okay, now we're going to the book of Enoch right here. See that? We got Enoch on. We're going to the book of Enoch. Let's go to the book of Enoch. Chapter 84. Chapter 84. The book of Enoch, chapter 84. All right. Now, I usually skip down, but I'm going to read all chapter 84 to you. All the chapter. I lift up my hands in righteousness and bless the Holy and Great One, and spoke with the breath of my mouth and with the tongue of flesh, which God has made for the children of flesh of men, that they should speak therewith, and gave them breath in a tongue in the mouth, that they should speak therewith. Blessed be you, O Lord, King, great and mighty in your greatness, Lord of the whole creation of heaven, kings of kings, and God of the whole world. And your power and kingship of greatness abide forever and ever throughout all generations. Your dominion and all heavens are your throne forever, and the whole earth your footstool forever and ever. Because like I said, just like with King David had this at his disposal. So for you have made and you rule all things, and nothing is too hard for you. Wisdom never departs from the place of your throne, nor turns away your presence. You know and see and hear everything, and there is nothing hidden from you, for you see everything. So that's Enoch, because he wanted to make a petition before the Lord, and that's how he came before God, acknowledging him. All right. And now the angels of your heaven are guilty of trespass, and on the flesh of men abide your wrath until the great day of judgment. Okay. And now, God, Lord and great King, I implore and beseech you to fulfill my prayer. See, now Enoch's asking the Lord God to do something for him, to leave me a prosperity on earth, and not to destroy all the flesh of men, and make the earth without inhabitants, so that there should not be an internal destruction. All right, so that's Enoch asking God to leave prosperity on earth, to leave him a prosperity on earth, righteousness. And now, my Lord, destroy from the earth the flesh which has aroused your wrath, but the flesh of righteousness and uprightness establish eternal plant bearing seed forever. I'll read that again to you. Now, my Lord, destroy from the earth the flesh which has aroused your wrath, but the flesh of righteousness and uprightness establish eternal plant bearing seed forever, and hide not your face from the prayer of your servant, O Lord. So that was Enoch asking the Lord God to leave a seed of righteousness. And that's who we are. We are Israel. We're not Jews. That's not the seed. We are the seed. We come straight from Enoch. Well, we come way before Enoch, but that's Enoch's petition. That's what he had asked the Lord God. And the Lord God granted Enoch that, and that's who we are. That's who children, that's where we come from. That's who people, that's us. That's who we are. Okay. So that's now we established that. We established that the Lord God has established a plant, a righteous plant. When Jesus told you, let's go there. Let's go there. 45 minutes go by so fast. Let's go there. Let's go when Jesus told you about a tree. Remember when Jesus told you about a good tree and the fruits that is better? Well, that's what that was about. Let me see. Let's see right fast. A good tree. Then we're going to do. If I can't find it in a few seconds, we just put it on there. All right. Now, it got a lot of it came up. Let's see if we can go down. We're going to Matthew's. St. Matthew's chapter 7. All right. St. Matthew's chapter 7. That's where you're going. St. Matthew's chapter 7. And we're going to, all right. He told us, we're going to start at, we can start at verse 15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves. You should know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes or thorns or figs or thistles? Thistles. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. That's what he told him. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast in the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits you shall know them. So that's the law of God. Now remember, that's the law of God. And he's telling you about the tree. And so when you go back to Enoch, that's what he was telling you about. That's Luke chapter 6. Luke's chapter. For a good tree bringeth forth, a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither do a corrupt tree bringeth forth good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For thorns men do not gather figs, nor a bramble bush do they gather grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth which is good. An evil man out of the evil treasure of the heart bringeth forth which is evil. For the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaketh. So, that's what I'm just telling you. That's all I can do is just tell you. That's all I can do is just tell you. All right. So we established in that, and that was the law of God. That's what Enoch was asking the law of God for. And that's what I told you. Was ever in these books? Was ever in those books? You can find in this book. And this book here cost me more than, let me see, I could buy it for what I paid for that, how much that book, I could at least bought 2 books for how much they want for that book. Okay, so we established that what is a good tree. We established that. Enoch asked the law of God to leave one tree for itself. I look for that. Because they got one scripture in the book of Enoch where he, just like he asked the law of God to leave one righteous plant for itself. And the other part, I think, said he asked for a people, cut out a people for yourself, Lord God. But anyway, that's the same thing. All right. So now we establish that we are Israel. We are that tree or that plant that Enoch talked about, that righteous seed. Yeah, that's who we are. Now, if you listen to all of my other videos, then you'll know that. Okay. All right, so we established that. So now we're going to establish who we are. Only we can destroy us. Let's establish that now. Only we can destroy us. Then there was declared to Hophanias, the chief captain of the army of Ashur, the children of Israel had prepared for war and had shut up the passages of the hill country and had fortified all the tops of the high hills and had impediments in the campaign countries. Wherewith he was very angry, and called all the princes of Moab, and the captains of Ammon, and the governors of the sea coast. And he said unto them, Tell me now, you sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country, and what are the cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and where is their power and strength, and what king set over them or captain of their army? And why have they determined not to come and to meet me more than all the inhabitants of the west? Then said Achor, the captain of all the sons of Ammon, Let my Lord now hear the words from the mouth of thy servant, and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people that dwell near thee, and inhabitants the hill country, and there should no lie come out my mouth of thy servant. This people are descendants of the Chaldeans. So you know where Abraham came from, and you know of Nimrod. I went over that with you in Nimrod. Go look at it. And they sojourned hitherto in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their father, which were in the land of Charity. So that was Abraham, our father. Come on, man. You already went through that. Mesopotamia, Nimrod. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshipped the God of heaven and the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their gods. He was cast out. And fled into Mesopotamia, sojourned there many days. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt, and were increased with the gold and silver, and which was very much cattle. So, my mistake, forgive me. I'm reading Judith, chapter 5. Judith, chapter 5. That's in the Apocrypha. Judith, chapter 5. And we add the 9th verse. Okay, now I'm going to the 10th. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished and became there a great multitude, so that no one could not number their nation. Now, you see, it became a great multitude. So now you're talking about us. This is us, our inheritance, the righteous seed. And who Abraham is? Our righteous seed. And all his descendants from now to eternity. We cannot bring forth corruption. We only can destroy ourselves. We have to corrupt ourselves, because nobody can corrupt us. They tried. Can't do it. All right, so now let's stop there for a minute. Just like I told you in another video. In another video I explained to you. These people hate you. Esau hates you. Those people that call themselves Jews, they are Esau children also. They are Esau children also. Now, I explained that to you. I showed you where you go look up that. Also, it just was with Abraham. And they went through the Abrahamic covenant, with the flesh covenant of cutting off their foreskins. And they do all the ways of our father Abraham, but they are not of his seed. I went over that with you. I told you where to go find it, showed you where to go find it at. Went over all that with you. And so, so that you can go read it for yourself. They are Jews. They're not us. And everywhere they go, they follow us. Until when you go back and read the book of Maccabees 1 and 2, where they made the grab to take over everything. That's the way that's at. Then also Jesus tell you about it. Apostle Paul tell you about it. That's what this is all about. About them wanting to rule and take over everything. And so that's explained in one of my other videos, that when they rolled down, that's why they were so mad Because why would you be mad? If you are Israel of the 12 tribes and know the prophecy how the kings was come out of the lines of Abraham, why would you be mad? Why would you be mad when Pontius Pilate wrote those 3 letters? Here lies the king of the Jews. You wouldn't have been mad, you would have been happy. But those Jews were mad. They was angry. Yeah, they was very mad. Because they can never be us. They can never be us. They wired themselves out. They did all that. They can never be us, man. Come on. Let's go back. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them, and brought them low with the labor and bricks, and made them slaves. So you can go and I think it started after Joseph's death. I want to say Hashir chapter 49. Hashir chapter 49. It tells you the subtlety mean the trickery, just like when the devil, when that serpent came to Eve, that's how he came. Same way. Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues, so that the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. So you know, that's what I told you. And read the last video. Go to page 59 in this book. In this book, the 12 Patriarchs. Go to page 59 and read it. Go to page 59 and read the 5th verse. And then you go to page 75 and go down. That's in the 6th, Roman numeral 6, and read that. And then in Benjamin, page 107, and read it. All right. Because when we cry, when we repent with our whole hearts and keep all his commandments, we'll get up out of this place. Believe me, he's going to destroy it all when we repent. Then he cried unto God. He smote the land of Egypt incurable plagues, and the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. And God dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to the Mount Sinai, and Kadesh, and Barnea, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength. Repeat, verse 15. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all their eastbound, and passing over Jordan, and possessed all the hill country. And they cast forth before them the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Shumites, the Gerzebites, and they dwell in the country of many days. Or gorgeous, well, the Gorgesites, the Shemites, the Jebusite, the Perizzites, the Canaanites. So that's 6 of them, but it's 7. There's 7 of them really, and that's the time of the Amorites. So that's the time you're living in right now, that time of the Amorites. And which they sin not before their God, they prosper, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. And which they sin not before their God. So if we never sin before our God, we're going to prosper, because God hated iniquity was with them. So God hated iniquity. Hated. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive to a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and the city was taken by their enemies. See, this wasn't the first time that we went in captivity. That was the Babylon. It was coming right out of the Babylonian captivity. And every time we do that, every time we get away from those 10 commandments and break those laws, God put us in, and we destroy ourselves. God chastises. I just read that to you in Isaiah chapter 42. I just read that to you, man. Come on, bro. You found that in verse 1. And you found that in Isaiah chapter 42. You'll find that. All right, there we go. Here we go. But now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and had possessed Jerusalem where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. I told them. I'll read it to you again. I mean, come on. But now they have returned to their God and are come up to the place where they were scattered. Come up from the place where they scattered, because they returned to God. So that's why I'm telling you. The reason why Lord God had to get them people out of Egypt, I told you, go read in this book, the Memphis Wonders. Go read Joseph's slavery. And that's still happening now. These people are profiting off of. These people make, oh man, I can't imagine how much money and how much prosperous are those people taking them. I just read it to you, man. That's why on one side the city look good, on the other side look the bad. That's why this seems to have everything and you have nothing. It seems to be that way, but that's not true. You have way more than them. Lord God tell you, it's better to be poor and honest than rich and lying, rich and stealing. Because you have it all, and how you got your all? You stole it from us. Just like when it's in this book, and one of them brothers tell you, one of our fathers tell you that Esau got rich from stealing from Jacob. That's how he got rich, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. When you go just read the book of Hashir and you'll find out how Esau got rich. We already went through that with you. You just have to listen to the video and go find out where it's at. All right. But he said, so when they came back together, and he just gathered them back from everywhere he's got, that's what he's going to do. That's why you got to come back and get us. Because these people not going to let us go. These people making money off us, man. These people, everything they have come from us. And they know it. They know it, and they're still doing it. That's why when you go read chapter 42 of Isaiah, it tells you all. Man, go ahead, man. Go read Joseph. Just read it in Joseph. And ask the Lord God to open up your mind. You'll see. All right. And they had possessed Jerusalem where their sanctuary is, and are scattered in the hill country, and it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, their sin against the God. Verse 20, read that again. Judas chapter 5, verse 20. And now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. See, that's why they was able to put it. But that was the reason why God permitted all that to happen. It's the reason why. The reason, the purpose for everything under the sun. Reason and purpose for everything under the sun. So long as we don't repent with our whole heart and keep all His commandments, we're gonna stand there. But there's something else. Something else. I'm not telling you now, but there's something else. All right. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become our reproach before all the world. Again, you got to read this, so important. Read it to you again. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let the Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them. No iniquity. That's why He tell you, the day that Israel repent with their whole heart and keep all their commandments, that's the day the enemy is going to destroy all the enemies. Man, when they left out of Egypt, boy, they was praying day and night to get out their hard bondage, and God heard their cry because God was preparing Moses. That's right. And just like today, He prepared me to let you know it's time. We're getting up and getting out. Y'all come on now. It's time to get up and get out. So you know what you got to do, but it's time to go. All right. So if we repent and keep our command, nothing can happen. God send the holy angels around with it. It's a billion of us. That's a billion angels. Man, you know what a billion angels can do? One angel can do. So now you got a billion. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Yo. But there is no indignation. Let the Lord pass by. At least their Lord defend them. And their God be for them. And we become a reproach before all the world. So that's what's going to happen. All the Esau children, all them, man, they're going to be rooted out of the world. Rooted out. Yeah. All those who don't take hold of salvation, gone. Gone. I'm just telling you. And when the anchor had finished these saying, all the people standing around about the tent murmured. And the chief men of Hophanias and all that dwelt by the seaside in Moab spake that he should kill him. That's right. That he should kill him. For said they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel. Israel. Not. Now let's stop right there. That's right. Say, you know why? Because when we return, see when the people see me, I'm going to let you know. When them people see me first, and they see me with the same, oh man, that ain't number one of them bums or one of them poor men or whatever. But then they see the holiness in me. Yeah, they see that whole, that's for another day, another time. When they see and that spirit hit them, and they see that high priest that God has made me out of, man, everything changes. Everything. They hear my voice. They hear that spirit coming out of my voice. Most of them cry. Most of them, you can see the tears flowing down their eyes. You can. Yeah, because my spirit speaks to their spirit. All right, you ain't got to believe me. I'm just telling you. For lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle. So they just saying we ain't got nothing, but they don't realize the Lord God is on our side. His holy angels on our side. Because right now we didn't repent with our whole heart. We're keeping all his commandments, and he keeping his covenants, his covenant promise that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. We can go back farther than that. We can go all the way back until the promise he made to Enoch. I read it to you. That righteous seed, that righteous plant, that's us. Then you can go back to Noah, the grace that he found in Noah. Go look at it. Read up the grace that he found in Noah. Then the holiness of Shem, Melchizedek. That's who Shem is. And you know where he come from. So you know we come from that because what I just read to you in Nimrod, how Abraham was taught by who? He was taught by Noah. And he was taught by Shem. For 30-something years he was taught by those people. And learned the way of righteousness. Come on, man. Now, therefore, Lord Holofernes, I had it, but now I spoke too much. Tony got tired. We will go up, and they shall be our prey to be devoured of all thy own. So you'll find that in Judah chapter 5. And I suggest that you read all of Judah. Man, read all of Judah, bro. If that don't encourage you and give you strength, man, Lord God loves you. Loves you. Look, it's still a question. Let me see how much time I got. 6 minutes. But it's still the same question. Who do you love more? Who do you love? You love yourself, or do you love the people? If you love the people, not get to that yet. All right, let me read this to you. All right. So we're going now. We're going to 2nd Esdras. Still in this book. We're going to 2nd Esdras. And now this question is going to be asked to you. Oh, yeah. 2nd Esdras. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. And we're going to chapter 5. 2nd Esdras, chapter 5. That's where we're going. All right. Okay. All right, we're going to start at verse 29. And they which did gainslay the prophecies That what it said, prophecies. And the believers not thy covenant have trodden them down. So that's what they have. That's what he told you, going to be many false prophets. For if thou didst so much hate thy people, yet should thou punish them with thy own hands. Now, I just read that to you. I read that to you in chapter 42. God put us in this bondage. Because what we did, we stopped keeping his laws and the holy covenants. That's what we did. And those people have, but that's why on TV, on television, every Sunday morning they come on there with that foolishness, that pride, false witness. That's what it is. Foolishness, pride, and false witness. That's what they come on TV every Sunday morning. And they're so arrogant, so boastful. Like this here, and I've got blood and blood. Man, that's not God, man. That's man. Pride, arrogancy, false witness. They don't know nothing about these books. They don't teach this. They don't let you know the truth about you are people, Israel. You're not a Jew. You're a people of Israel. A plant, a righteous plant, an upright plant. And what you say goes. You are the head and they are the tail. Come on, man. So let's go. All right. So that was the question he asked. Now, when I had spoken these words, the angel that came to me that night afore was sent unto me. All right. And he said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the things that I have said, and I shall tell thee more. Hearken. All right. And I said, speak on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, thou art so troubled in mind of Israel's sake. Thou art so troubled in mind of Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? That's your question. Ask your question. Now we know who made them. And we know that he had cut out Israel, a special plant. Nobody else go through the trouble and things that we go through. Nobody, because God is God. We are special people. We are chosen people. We are very special in the sight of the Lord God. Don't let nobody ever try to deceive you on that he doesn't love us. Now, it's the question. Remember, I told you I'm going to ask you this question. Now is the time. Now is the time. All right. All right, let's go. And I said, speak on, my Lord. Then he said unto me, thou art so troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? And I said, no, Lord. But a very grief have I spoken, for my reins pain in my every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High and to seek out the part of this judgment. Yep. So, that is the question. Do you love? Lovest thou the people better than he that made them? So who you love? Who do you love? That's why the Lord God gave you 2 commandments. They said 2 commandments. The first one is like love that God. You got to do it in order. When you read this, one of the fathers said you got to do it in order. Love that God with all that hope, all that heart, soul, mind, body, and might. That's the first commandment. And the second one is like unto the first. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Strong and powerful. Oh yeah. And so that was hit to me, man. And I tell you, see, I'm about to swell up right now. Boy, that should get to you, bro. And you talking about you serving the Lord, and you love the Lord God, and you still going out here fornication, adultery. And you might say, well, I'm not having sex with no other woman. No, but you serving all them gods, goods, the gods of fire and raiment, the gods of silver, the gods of gold, the gods of ivory, the gods of brass, the gods of precious stone, the gods of wood, and strange gods of iron fashioned out of men's hands. That's what you are doing. Yeah, that's what you are doing. Wait a minute. You know it's not over with yet. It's not over with yet. It's not over with yet. Okay, I have, let me see. All right, here we go. This is one I have. I still have, I haven't forgot about, I got it. Them Lucid people, when they killed that girl, Joy Morgan, I haven't forgot about that. It ain't time, but it's going to be time. All right. Now, it's a dream, man. Like I told you, I used to be on they're in hiatus now. WBOK, 12:30 a.m. New Orleans, Louisiana, radio dial. It's just a local station. But it also have WBOK.com, and I was there just like I'm doing. Well, listen a little different now because I don't get to go in to speak all those things and say everything now that I need to say. It only lasts an hour, and so I go straight into the dream, tell a true dream, then I read the scripture, and so that's WBOK.com. But we're on hiatus now, and then, like I say, I don't know. I do know what's going to happen, but I don't know when it's going to happen. All right, that part. But other things I do know when it's going to happen. All right, so here we go. I was in the storehouse. And the storehouse looked like a Home Depot or something. They had this woman. She had two of her sons with her. They had a storehouse full. The storehouse was full of tools, stamp tools, and all tools looked like they had come from Home Depot. All was, had the color of Home Depot tools, the color orange. They had a lot of white men around, and the woman and her children was trying to sell some of the tools to this company. And I guess Home Depot had made some type of deal with her earlier. Now, this white and redneck manager, because you can see neck, came out and looked at the tools that he had his workers, at least some of them, with him. And he said, take them all. So he told them take all the tools. It was a storehouse, like a Home Depot or something like that. And they had all these stores. And they had the woman with her two children, two male children. It was white. And the woman and her children was trying to sell some of the tools to this company. You have a man come in, and she says it's like, trying to sell some of the tools. And I guess Home Depot had made some type of deal with her early. Now, the white and redneck manager came out to look at the tools that he had, his workers, at least some of them, with him. And he said, take them all. So take every tool in the storehouse, every tool in the storehouse. And I tried to plead with the man, and I tried pleading with the man. And they was trying to plead with the man. The woman's son was trying to plead with the man, but he wouldn't listen. And the sons tried to plead with the mother, and she said, let them take them. They took them all. She said, let them take them. And they took them all. It was taking them all out the storehouse. Just listen to me. All out the storehouse. Next, her elder son came and talked with the manager, who said, take them, and he took them. He that those belong, he said, the elder son came and talked to the man who said, take all the tools. The manager who said, take all the tools. So her elder son came to try to plead with the man about taking the tools. So that's what happened. Okay. He said, he that those belong to us, my mom. He said, he told him those tools belong to us. They belong to my mom. But the managers went into the office, and I guess it was his office, and shut the door. So, how on the side, all these places, have a little office on the side. And the office would be like close to the counter. And so the man just went back in the office. So as he went back in the office, he shut the door. And the son left. And I tried to get to him to curse him, but he didn't open up the door. So I tried to get to put a curse on the man. But the man wouldn't open up the door. I looked for his top worker or the assistant manager. And it was Percy. And I knew Percy. Oh yeah, I knew Percy. He was a black man. And I had knew Percy. I had seen Percy before in other videos, but in the other video he was younger. Yeah, he was much younger. But in this video he was older, much older. I've written it down there. I said, it was Percy whom I knew, but now he was older, much older. I asked, is there anything he could do? He said, well, I'll try to talk to him. That's what he said. And then after that, that was the end of that dream. That's right. So then next I go into Michael Jackson dream, but all right, so that's the storehouse dream. So I told you, I gave you two major, those are two major, those things happening now. The storehouse is being active now. And in case you don't remember in one of my other videos, and that was given when I first started the videos. Okay, I'll let you know that before I cut this one off. Just like I told this video a few times. You know how you have a person talk to somebody else, but they're really talking to you. So that's the scenario. 3 of them. The man was sitting down, he was talking to the other man, but he really was talking to me. And he told me, the first year come, I'm gonna take off your right. I'm gonna cut off your right hand. He said, next year come, I'm gonna cut off your left hand. And the 3rd year come, he said, you said something, but I didn't understand what he said. Then he just came up and did my head like that. 3rd year come, and taking off my head. That's what he said. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. And I am Elijah.